Yes, she is the owner of LaVette Candle, and of course, I'll let her share some of that information about her candle company and real estate. But without further ado, we're going to bring on our amazing guest, Miss LaTyshua Hill. Hey there, LaTyshua.
Hello.
How are you? How are you with this comfort zone? How
I'm
this?
I'm here.
You
I'm
here?
here. I am here.
You are here. You are in the building, and I know
Yes.
you got some great information to share with the people on tonight. And I thank you for breaking your schedule to be with me on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I know it is a little difficult for you to be on the other side of that camera, but
Yes, it is.
thank you for being here, Tasha. Appreciate you being here. So again, for those that are tuned in, make sure you like the video. Also, let us know that you're here. Leave us a little shout there in the comments. Looks like we got the other half. I'm guessing it's the better half of Mr. Jeremy Reese, Devion, in the house. Appreciate you being here, Devion. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our conversation with Miss Hill here. Okay, Miss Hill.
All right.
I think how we want to start this conversation now, we're gonna just kind of warm up some things, and because the people don't know, I don't think a lot of people know about you, of course, much about you. But I want to just start with your Canadian experience, because a lot of people don't know that you've touched the grass of Canada. So maybe you can share some insight and give the people just a little bit of background on your Canadian experience, just so they know.
All right. Well, first of all, growing up, my dad played professional football in Canada. So, we were in Winnipeg and Hamilton in Canada, and he played for almost 14, 15 years professionally. And so, in the summer times, we would live in Canada. My mom did not want us going to school out there. So, and she's a teacher, or she was a teacher. She retired. She's retired now, but
Mm.
she didn't want us to go to school out there. She wanted us to go to school in the States. So, we went to school in the States, and we would go there and live there in the summer times. So that's my Canadian experience. So I'm not a stranger to very extremely cold weather, and it gets extremely cold there. So Texas cold is nothing compared to Canada cold.
Texas cold
But
is nothing compared to Canada cold.
not at
So
all.
dad played football, and that
Hmm.
he played in the Canadian Football League.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was really good too. Had the opportunity to watch one of his Grey Cups. That's their Super Bowl, of course, and he was real good. Played cornerback. But so you have touched the grass of Canada.
Yes. I
All right,
have.
all right. And actually, you mentioned your mom, and actually, mom is in the house. I just saw a comment. There she is, Janice
That
Shaw. Hey, mom, how you doing?
Hi, mom.
We got our own screen. We got our own screen. Let's see. Got some other folks in the house. We got Minister Raphael Roker. Appreciate you being here. And we got the super extraordinary Fannie Mae, the notary extraordinaire. Appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget to like the video. And as we get through with this in this topic. All right. So that's your experience in Canada. All right. So now, kind of, I guess, want to kind of get some insight on parenting, because you are a parent of four,
I
right?
am.
You're a parent of four. And so parenting is not easy. There are no, as we say, there are no manuals to raising kids, of course. And we
None.
know we got four amazing kids, but it's still a challenge, right? So I want you to
Yes.
maybe just, give some insight to parenting. Maybe somebody can come back and watch this, and because it's there's multiple layers, to us, right? So you, right? You're a candle maker, you're a realtor. Behind the scenes, a lot of us is most of the times for many of us, we at the house, right? So it's a
Right.
lot going on behind the scenes. But as far as parenting, what is it like parenting? Also, how did it affect your comfort zone?
Okay. Well, with parenting kids, it brings mixed emotions, joys, responsibilities, and challenges. Um, it's constant learning because we always talk about it's no book for this, so it's constant learning and it's a lot of trial and error. Even when you've parented for years, each child, each age and season, each day brings something new. So the safe routines they shift and expectations change. It's a high responsibility as being a parent,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also a high reward. You're influencing lives, you're guiding values, you're shaping environments. It's a lot to parenting, and I know the parents that are probably on here, they can probably resonate and listen and understand what I'm saying. It's balancing roles. You're a parent, you're a partner, you're a professional, you're a business owner. Sometimes you're a student. Like now, I'm a student myself. You're a creative person. Each role is different. It demands energy. It demands focus. Um, and it's also about being a role model.
Mm-hmm.
What you do, how you live, how you respond to challenges that matter. Whether you know it or not, that role model piece, it means your comfort zone has ripple effects both in your business and in your family. So, um being a parent, you really have to step out of your that's already automatically out of your comfort zone in some instances.
So parenting rips you out of your comfort zone. Basically. Oh,
It
it's gonna.
rips
I
you
mean, it's
out of
gonna
it.
force you out of it. Basically,
It
whoever you
does.
are, it's gonna force you out of it.
And I
Wow.
know you asked how does it affect
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the comfort zone. So I want to also add, because parenting already requires you to be adaptable, babies crying in quiet places. That used to always get me. It's like it's quiet in here and then this baby's gonna start crying. So school transitions, the teenage years, you're already
Right.
invited out of your comfort zone. So um that helps that helps your business as well because you have to be adaptable.
Right. So that being said, would you trade now? Like all your kids are grown now. Would you trade that for starting over, raising babies?
No, I wouldn't trade it because it taught me life lessons. Now, of course, I was young. We were young, having kids and everything. I think that um, when you're older, you might you're gonna have more wisdom, more practical wisdom. But I wouldn't change it now. I don't see myself running around with a 2 or 3 year old at this wonderful age that I'm at right now.
You ain't no way. You're not gonna do that.
No, not my own.
Not your own. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm just asking. I guess I'll be a part of that. So I'm
You
saying
will,
no to
yeah.
that too. I'm saying no to
Yes,
that too.
yes, sir.
Saying no to that too. All right. So we got some comments here in the chat. I saw my niece or our niece. Let me see. Where did I see that comment? There it is. Deja.
Thanks,
Hey
y'all.
there, Deja. How are you? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Let's see. Mr. Reese asks, how does Canada compare to the USA? I know you talked about the cold. What other?
Mm. With me being as young as I was, I wouldn't know a lot of the rules. I know the accents. I can pick out a Canadian accent anytime. But as far as that, I know on the money, it's women on the money,
Hmm.
on the
On
dollar
all the
bills,
money?
and on the majority of the money, it's
Hmm.
women.
Okay.
Like, yes,
Interesting.
and it's colorful money,
Interesting.
brown and green and orange and red.
Hmm. Burning ground and red. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump on some more comments here. Let's see. Let's see. Devion is resonating. She's saying, I guess she's talking about the parenting. Definitely, demands energy.
Energy. Yes.
Definitely demands energy. Raphael Roker states that, woohoo, you're a star student.
Sometimes it don't feel like it, but I
I know,
appreciate
right?
that.
I know. Let's see what else we got. Mm, let's see. Y'all hinting at something? No, and no more kids, Raphael. No more kids.
No.
Somebody saying, Devion says maybe grandkids.
Later. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when that
Later.
time is right.
Way later. When that time is right.
That
Yes,
time is
ma'am.
right. That time is right. Let me see. I saw another thought. Jeremy said something about, I think he said something about two kids. Because, of course, they got two. So, I mean, one kid. There it is right there. Yes, it's a lot with our two kids. Can't imagine four. But, yes, I mean, one kid, it's
Yeah.
it's it's tough. Seriously, it's tough. So, yes, four is, it's something. It's something
Yeah.
fierce. That's all I can say. It's something fierce. But you've managed it well. We still maintaining. So we'll we'll keep it
Yeah.
moving.
Keeping it moving.
All right. Okay. So now let's talk about LVette Candle. And for those that are watching, again, if you're watching, be sure to like the video. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And I want to talk about LVette Candle. And also for those, if you got a question, just so that we can know if it's a question, put a Q in front of that, just so that we know. And we'll try to get to it. If you had a question for Tasha, we'll definitely jump on that question. All right. So LVette Candle. Let's talk about LVette Candle. Okay. What inspired you to start LVette Candle? Like, how did this idea, how did it come to life?
Well, I wanted to start LaVette Candle. Well, I actually wanted to start a candle business. Um, at mm, at this time, because all of my kiddos are grown now, and I can put more into my own personal hobbies and interests. So, my first desire to make candles was about 19 years ago. I still have my first candle kit that I started with, but focusing more on being a new wife and a mother, I kind of put those desires on the back burner because I realized that it would take up too much of my time. So I had little kiddos and I couldn't try to do everything. So I put the candles on the back burner. And I've always loved candles, just the scents, the different vessels, and just the way burning the candle brings a sense of peace to the atmosphere. I didn't have a peaceful childhood, although um, I would say um, I would say it wasn't all peaceful. I had a good childhood. My mom and dad were great, but it was not just a peaceful childhood growing up. So I was nervous all the time, very anxious, because my childhood household was not peaceful. So I wanted to find any sense of peace that I could. So first and foremost, I was seeking peace, and little did I know that God would bring me that peace, and that's through salvation and the Holy Ghost. So that's my first that's the main focus of Levette Candle, is peace. And almost 20 years later, the candle fever started again, and I wanted to transfer that peace through my candles. And that is how Levette Candle was born, from a desire to share light and peace in people's homes. My slogan is "Where light meets peace." This ties directly into the values I hold: faith, service, calm, meaning I wanted a product that wasn't just decorative, but that carried a sense of hope and reflection and peace.
Hmm. It's quite a bit in that. So you were into wanting peace, but I don't know that you said 20 years ago you wanted to make candles. So it was kind of put on the back burner,
Yes.
which could probably be you were raised in a family, I think.
Yeah. I was raised in a family.
Yes. Something how that you have to put everything on the back burner for it. So
Yeah.
it's a sacrifice. So okay. So you got LaVette. you were seeking peace, and of course all of your candles, which I think we do have that as a question. So before starting LaVette, like what were you doing, and what made you like finally decide? Because like you said, it took 20 years, right?
Hmm.
Of course, I know you raising kids, but it's like finally you said, you know what, I'm going for it, and it was like you weren't going to let things prevent you. So what was it that just like you said, I'm going for it this time.
Right. Before I started my business making candles, I was currently working as a realtor selling homes, and um, as I do now. And I was also in the mortgage and title industry. I took a leap of faith starting my real estate business, which is Hill Realty Group, and my candle business, LVette Candle Co. Working in mortgage is so up and down, as some could. I know Jeremy and Devion can attest to this. So in 2005, I was laid off from my position in the mortgage industry, and I had a friend that was a realtor. She would always tell me, "Tosh, you can be a realtor." I never really thought about being a realtor, real estate agent, or anything. But I found myself without a job, so I said, "Okay, if the mortgage industry is like this, I'm gonna have to have something on the side to kind of uh, fill in these gaps." So I took some classes, and then I became a and took the test, and became a real estate agent in 2006, 2007. I decided to take the leap of faith with LaVette Candle and Hill Realty and wanted to build something meaningful, rooted in faith, value, creativity, and service, not just to fulfill a role. I also love connecting with people, and what better way to connect with people than speak with them about one of their biggest purchases that they're going to
Hmm.
have, and also their love for their homes. They love for their homes to smell great and have a sense of peace. So I think the two connects.
Yeah, they do.
But that's why I took the leap of faith.
Okay. Okay, that's a big leap, but you did it, and they
I
do kind of go hand in hand because a lot of people. I mean, of course, I've seen it. A lot of people want, they want their homes to smell good. They want kind of a peaceful atmosphere. So the candles go hand in hand with the home. So you are in that vein, in that channel. So we got a few questions here
Okay.
that were in the chat. So let me try to get to these questions. Okay, and I think let me see how. Okay, and I think these two questions are actually kind of the same. How did you come up with the name of your? Well, actually, let's see. So Fanny says, "How do you come up with each name?" And that was one of the questions that we had here. So we'll go ahead and you want to go ahead and address that. How do you come up with the name of each of your scents?
Um, with some of them, I'll I'll look them up, and then I'll just add my own spin to them. So if I might try to find something. Let's see what's some words that go with peace, and then I'll kind of think of biblical, not
Mm-hmm.
really scriptures, but things that's in the Bible, like peaceful presence. We want to have a peaceful presence. We want God to have a presence over us. Sacred harmony. We want everybody to be in harmony. Harmony and peace. That's one of them. Sacred stillness. It's like you just want the. I am so because of my background. I and if you know me, you see I try to be a very calm person, and this really this is really me, seriously, because of the like I stated, growing up, it really changed my mind about a lot of different things, and that's what brought on a lot of the names.
Hmm. Yes, and I think everybody, like I know when we're at different events, a lot of people you'll get that feedback where they say, "Oh, I love the names," and or they'll
Mhm.
read the names, they'll see peaceful presence, and they'll say, "Oh, that's exactly what I need, peace." And Lord
Yep.
knows the whole world needs peace right now. So maybe you can make a big candle for the whole world.
Yeah.
You think you can do that? See if we
No.
can see if we can do that. Okay, we got another question here from
Okay.
I am abiding it as John 15 and 67, I think.
Hmm.
How do you come up with the name of your brand? I don't know if they're talking about the actual LaVette candle name, which you can probably talk about that, or which I know you just talked about, the actual candle names. And I know
Um,
you said Peaceful Presence. Maybe you can list some of the other names that you have too.
oh yeah, that's what I said. Sacred harmony, harmony and peace, sacred stillness, peaceful presence, divine harmony. It's just different
Okay.
ones. But I didn't know if she was talking about my candle name. Okay, how did I come up with my company name?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lavette Candle is my first name is Latasha.
Mhm.
My middle name is Yvette. So I took the L and just added it to Yvette, and that's how you have Lavette.
Love it. Very creative. Okay. And that's how we got LaVette Candle. Wonderful. Thank y'all for the questions. Appreciate you all asking those questions and chiming in. All
Mhm.
right, let me just make sure I didn't miss anything on the comments. Okay. Raphael Roker says, great business. And I think
Thank you.
Fanny was talking about when you're talking about the parenting, which is 4 different people, personality. Yes, yes.
Yes.
4 different
Yes.
personalities for
4
sure.
different personalities.
For sure. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, wow. I didn't catch this one, but look at what Jeremy says. I guess he's talking about the kids. Huh.
The Lord might bless you like Abraham and Sarah.
I don't know about
Jeremy
that one.
Reese.
I don't know about that
Well, I guess you and Devion to be Abraham and Sarah as well.
one. Woo.
We'll welcome the couple.
Never know. Goodness. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. All right.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let's see. How? Okay, that's a good question. Fanny says, how challenging is marketing?
Marketing. It is very challenging.
Hmm.
First of all, me being having to get out of my comfort zone
Come on.
is very
Talk about it.
challenging. Because you have to put yourself in front of the people, of course. Um, you have to constantly think of different ideas on what to market and how to market. So it's a challenge for me. I know I can do it, especially since my husband has told me to do this 24-hour boss, which
We here.
is
We
yes,
here.
we are here. We're here.
We here.
But it's a challenge for me, but that's one thing I'm gonna have to do, Fanny, is step out of my comfort zone and just do it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah. It's a challenge. And I think a lot of people can relate to this. That it's a challenge marketing because it's time consuming. It's
it
it's
is.
it's a lot of time. I mean, just to do one post sometimes, and I think I'm just saying for myself, right? And maybe some of you can chime in the chat. Just doing sometimes one post can be challenging. Like you think, okay, I just put this post out here, and I'm
Yes.
thinking it's gonna take 5 minutes, and before you know it, it's like, you don't spend hours on this one post. But I think one thing too, I think we overanalyze
Yep. I was
sometimes
gonna say that.
things,
We
and
want it perfect.
yes, we want it perfect, which is something I think we got that as one of the topics here coming up. But and I think we overanalyze, we want it perfect, and it causes us to get stagnant. Causes us to get stagnant. So let's stop overanalyzing. Okay, all of us, we got to stop overanalyzing.
Hmm.
Yes, I
Just
am.
do it.
She say, just do it. I love that. That is so
That's it.
true. Just do it, and that's what it comes down to. Like just post it. Just post it. You don't have to be super perfect. Just post it.
Right.
Just post it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do now. I think we're gonna do now some. Is it time for the interactive? Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the interactive time. Okay. So we're gonna do a little interactiveness, and we need you all in the chat to comment. All right. Let me get. Okay, we got some questions coming in, but let me get the correct screen up. Give me just a second here to get our screen up. All right, yeah, that's the screen. That's the one. That's the one. Okay, so I got some little phrases or little statements that I'm going to share on the screen. And you all that are watching, of course, Tasha, you too, right? I want you to add your insight, but you all that are watching, I want you to answer in the comments if this is comfortable for you or not, right? That's what comfy or no, right? So it's comfy is short for comfortable, right? So let us know in the chat if this is comfortable for you or not. And you can even add if it's not comfortable, or if it is comfortable, you can even add, even more to it, why it's comfortable or why it's not comfortable, right? Because
Okay.
I mean, at the overall, right, with this whole conversation, we're trying to, help us all, right, to get out of this comfort zone. Like I started out saying, for Tasha to even be on screen, this is a challenge for her comfort zone. Okay. I already knew that. But I think after this is over, I think it'll help her because she'll be able to look back and say, you know what, I did that interview, right? And I tell her all the time, you never know who else wants to maybe interview you or, say, hey, you know what, I want to talk to you real quick. Can you answer a few questions? So you just never know. So you just got to be prepared, right? But so we got a few questions to put on screen, but let me see. We got a little statement here from Devion. Let me see what she says. She says, Brian, what do you think when she first approached you with the idea to start the candle business? Which candle is your favorite one and the best seller? You know what? That's a great question. That is a great question. So let me answer that. So when she first approached me with the candle business, of course, with Tasha, I'll say this. There are some things that she has like wanted to do, and maybe she wanted to do it, but it wasn't really maybe a burning desire to do it. Now, when she approached me with the candle thing, because I know she already likes candles, and to be honest, I'll be honest and transparent. Before she came up with this candle business, I was never really a candle person. Okay. Never. Right. She would go to, I'm trying to think of the place. I don't want to down them, but it's a real famous place out there that sell candles all the time. Okay. And they have sales all the time. I just was not into the candle things. I just wasn't. But when she approached me with this, and of course, this is something she wanted to do 20 years ago. This was something that it didn't really leave her, and it was like, okay, she really said she really want to do this. So I was all game for it, and I was like, okay, hey, if you want to do it, go for it. I didn't know what it took. I mean, of course, maybe she can elaborate. I mean, it's a whole process. Listen, it's a whole process to make candles. We talking about candles. They smell good, but listen, it's some work in it. But I was all game for it. I really was, and I support her 100% with her candles. At every event, I try to be at every event that she's at. I'm there right by her side to help her out, to set up all of that stuff, because, I want to make sure, I'm there to support her, because this is her thing. So we gonna work this thing, and until we can get it successful. That's the end goal, is to make it, make her famous behind candles, right? And not Hollywood famous, but just, where she's successful, where this business is flourishing. That's the thing. But I was all game for it. Now, as far as my favorite candle, so for me, I would say the scent is Kumquat. That's probably my favorite. Black cherry. Which one is black cherry? What's that? What's your name
Harmony
for
and
that?
Peace.
Harmony and
Angelic
Peace.
Blessings is your kumquat.
Okay, Angelic Blessings is Kumquat. Harmony and Peace is black cherry. Also, she makes the Fruit Loops, which is Morning Joy. Listen, that one is a blessing. Okay, so I'm more into the sweet scents. She's more into the masculine, which is strange, but that's her. But I'm more into the sweet scents. She's more into the masculine. So Morning Joy, which is Fruit Loops. Kumquat, which is another fruity smell. That one smells really good. I love the black cherry. I think Peaceful Presence also is a good one. I think that's like one of your first ones that you made. I love that one. But yeah, I would say those are probably my top three. Okay, let's see. I saw the chat was kind of lighting up here. Let's see. Hang on. I guess she's asking, yes, you can purchase out of state. Let's see. What out of state customers can you purchase? Who may want to purchase? You sure can. And actually, we're going to share that information. But go ahead. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you got a website, which, we'll share that. So yeah, you can purchase online. Let's see. That was my next question. What was the process? Let's see. Devion's asking what was the process.
Oh,
What's the
to
pro?
making candles.
Yeah, that's a whole process.
Yes, that is a process. And before you can even launch anything or say you making candles, you have to test on top of test on top of test on
Yeah.
top of test, because this is a fire that is going in someone's home. So you have to make sure that each wick, it's, I don't know how many wicks it is, wick brands, wick sizes, wick just the sizes and everything. It's like it's too many to count. And you have to go through so many wicks. You have to go through so many scents. You have to go through so many vessels, because they're all different sizes, to make sure it's not burning too hot, to make sure it's burning hot enough, to make sure that it is it's smelling up, the scent. You can smell the scent in the room. It's so many different tests that you have to go through. And I've if you were to come to my house, you would see so many candles that are behind the closed doors, that are in, like, in my cabinet space, that I tested, that failed. It is so many that failed, and you have to keep testing until you get it right, because like I said, it's a fire that's going in someone's home, and you don't want it to be too hot, because some of those vessels, they can explode if it's burning too hot. So I'm constantly checking temperatures. I'm constantly just checking everything. So in order for that candle, and that's why a lot of times the handmade candles, they may be a little bit more pricey than the other ones, because it takes time. It takes time to test each wick and test each scent, test each vessel. So
Yeah,
yes, it is a long process.
that it is. I've seen it. I've tried to do it, and I'm not as good as her, so I don't have the patience she has with it. But it is a process, and like she said, she's testing. She has to test to make sure they're safe, right? Because that's the. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to make sure the candles are safe. The thing about it is, and I'm not talking about any candles at the store, but with their process, we don't know how they test their candles. So that's just the thing. But like she said, handmade candles. That's why a lot of times if you go to somebody that makes handmade candles, that's why they're more expensive, because they're handmade. Not only that, but they put a lot of testing into it. So it's a lot that goes on with it. But I want to share this because I know someone was asking about the website, which we'll share that also online. But I just go ahead and do it now. But here's the website right here. It's LaVetteCandle.com right there. So that's the website. But yeah, you can order online. You can do that. All right. So now let me get back to comfy or no. Okay. So again, with this, I'm going to put up some statements and y'all can put in the chat if this is comfortable for you or not. Okay. So here we go. It's about 5 of them, 5 statements. So here we go. Raising prices or charging for your work. Is that comfortable for you or not? Are you giving out free work? You saying, well, that's my friend, or I don't want to charge the people. Are you comfortable in raising your price? Because, things go up. So sometimes you do have to raise your prices. Is this comfortable for you or not? Put it in the chat. Tasha,
Yes, it is
chime in.
uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable for me. Raising prices or charging for my work. Although I know it takes a lot, but um I do love what I do. And I know I have to get paid for the labor that I put into this and products and everything. But it is very uncomfortable for me to raise prices and charge for my work. And I do give away quite a bit.
Yeah, you do. You do give away quite a bit. You do give away quite a bit. Sometimes,
But I know
it's for,
it'll come back.
yeah. Sometimes it's gifts that you give
It's
away for
for a good
people,
cause and good gifts. I mean, I don't
birthdays.
regret it. I don't regret giving away. I'm just
Correct.
saying I do.
No, no.
So, yeah.
Understand. Yes. All right. So let's see. Mm, let's see what the people are saying. 1 second. Here we go. I have been giving out free work. DV on. Oh my. Giving out free work. You say shaking my head. It's okay, Devion. We all here to live and learn. We learning as we
Yes,
on this journey. So
yes,
as
we
well.
are.
And I think we've all done that, right? But at the end of the day, when in businesses, you are selling a product or a service. So and people have to understand that. Everything can't be free. And those are things that we just have to come to grips with. And the people that, patronize, they got to come to grips with that too.
Right.
See what else we got. I wrestle with this and second guess if I'm worth that much. Have to trust myself. Man, that is a
That
a
is
good
true.
thought, because
That is.
sometimes we do think about, am I worth that? Because you look at people out there and they charging quite a bit. Like they look courses is $500. And I'm not saying you got to do that, but sometimes we do second guess. But that is worth a thought. Good thought there, Mr. Raphael.
And then you have to come back and reel yourself in and say, you know what? You're gonna find your audience that's going to pay
Mm-hmm.
for what you're worth.
Yes. Okay. Looks like Jeremy says no. He's not comfortable. Fanny, no, not
Mm,
comfortable at all. Also, no.
mm-hmm.
Especially with my notice business. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fanny
Yes.
too. Looks like everybody's got the same mind tonight. But you have to, in order to make money. Yes, that is so true.
You have to spend money. That is correct.
Yep, that's true. You got to spend money to make money. And that's what you got to look at. I'm spending money, so somewhere along the line, I got to come out above and not break even, right? Got to make a profit somewhere in there. Fanny
Right.
says the same thing with her notary business.
Yes.
And Rafi is amen into the fact that your audience will find you. And that's the other thing, too. That's a good statement that you made, Tasha, that, the people that really, really, really want to support you, they will find you. And that's why you just got to keep putting it out there, keep promoting it, because your audience, they will connect with you
They
and
will
find
find
you.
you.
All right. Next statement. Handling public feedback or misunderstandings. What happens when you get a negative comment? How you handle that? How do we handle that?
How do we
You wake
handle?
up to a comment on your page, such and such. I didn't like the service. I didn't like the product. And sometimes, I won't say a lot of times, sometimes people don't tell the truth. That's
That's
just
true.
things I think we got to live with. But what
Mm.
happens? What happens if you receive some negative feedback, or maybe it's constructive criticism? How do we handle it? Are we comfortable
Mm,
with it or not?
uh, I don't think we'll be comfortable with just negative feedback, but I think it's just how you handle it. If you don't, like retaliate and, just kind of go toe to toe with the people, I think that's crazy.
Oh,
But
of
just,
course.
with some people, uh, if they do give constructive criticism, you look at it, and you say, oh, you know what, maybe I could do that better. And then even if it's somebody that's giving negative feedback, they don't know you. A lot of times they don't know you personally. So you can look at it and you can look over it and
Hmm.
move on to the positive, because more than likely you'll have more positive than negative. And you just put that one in the file 13.
That's true. That is so true. That is so true. Yeah, I agree that um, I think constructive criticism, we should really take that in, and
Mm-hmm.
we can't blow up over it, especially when it's constructive. And you know what? With constructive criticism, I think, and this is just a side note, but I think a good topic is constructive criticism okay? Because I think we're getting to a place in society where people are looking at constructive criticism as being
Mm-hmm.
bad. That's just a side note, so we can talk about that
Right.
another time. But
That's true.
let's see. We got some comments here. Says she's neutral on it, but learn to glean from constructive criticism. I totally agree.
Totally agree.
Raphael also, he says he's neutral as well. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mr. Michael Flemings, appreciate you being here, sir. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining. And Jeremy as well. He says he's neutral on it. So yes, I think we're all kind of in agreement with that in regards
Mm-hmm.
to criticism. I think the negative feedback, we just have to live with it. And if I think truth is going to prevail eventually. It's going to prevail. Going to prevail. Let's see what Miss Fanny's saying. Say I try to see what was the expectation and make it right if I can. Negative feedback,
Mm-hmm.
I try to go back and see if I can tweak anything. If not, I move on. I do address it in some fashion. Yes, I think I agree. You have to address negative feedback in some cases, but like she said, you can look at it if it's off or not. It's not even a bother. We don't have to worry about it because some people, and I think we just have to live with it, that some people will never satisfy. That's just something
Right.
that comes with the territory. All right. It says again, within the constructive criticism, take what you need and leave the rest.
Leave the rest. That's a good
Amen. That is a great
one.
statement. That is a
Mm-hmm.
great statement. Well said. All right, moving along. Here we go. Recording or posting when afraid of judgment. That could be recording a video, right? You say, okay, I'm going to put this video out here, maybe about some of the services I offer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Yeah.
sometimes we overanalyze.
Yeah, we
Like,
do. I know I do.
oh yeah, I know I do it too. But are we comfortable with it or no? And then maybe what can we do to, if we're not comfortable with it, what can we do to overcome that overanalyzing?
Just do it.
Just do it, record it and
That's the
post it.
only way. Record it and post it.
Should we check our face?
Well, you're gonna always have to check your face.
Make sure ain't nothing in our teeth, right?
Yes, you definitely want to do
Well,
that.
make sure nothing's in your teeth. Okay. Yeah, I mean that comes with it. But
Yeah.
yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes. Okay, now listen. This is a guy here. He's on TV for sure. That's a question I got for you, Raphael. Are you nervous with TV? You know what? We got to do a whole show with you to find out about this. But you
Right.
on TV. You are in the news arena. So do you get nervous on TV? He says yes, not comfy, but I'm trying to do better. Man,
Wow. Well, you're hiding it very well.
you hide it well. I love this. Pray over it and
Pray
just do
over
it.
it. Just do it. Love that. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Pray over it and just do it. Well said. Let's see. Ralphie added a little bit more to this. Not comfy, but just do it because you're building yourself. And that one video may be the very one that sets you off. Okay. Might go viral. Yes, sir. I agree with that.
True.
I agree with it. Let's see what Miss Fanny's saying. Miss Fanny says, I overthink so much, so I opt for a post instead.
Yes. At least you're doing that. I don't even do that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, at least you're doing that. That's true. Now, but you know what, Fanny? I think a lot of us are right there in that place where we overthink, and instead of putting the video, because truth be told, video is what captivates people. Video.
Right.
It's video that catches people. And the algorithm kind of just loves the video. So I think like she said pray over it and just do it. So I think that's probably some of the best advice. All right, Rafi says he's not comfy, but he just do it because you're building yourself. And that one, oh wait, I already read that statement. I'm sorry. Let's see. I thought he had another statement. Let's see. Can't tell it. Yes, I know. We can't tell it that he's nervous. Oh, that's the one I was looking for. He says, I do get nervous. Ha ha. We can't tell it, Mr. Raphael. We can't tell
Nope.
it.
Not
All right.
at all.
Moving right along. Here we go. This is where we at tonight. Are you comfy or no? Being interviewed or speaking on camera?
No.
That's a no.
Not comfortable. We have to do it, but not comfortable doing it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm nervous with that too. Any lives I do, of course, I'm nervous because it's like, what do you try to be prepared to make your first statement. So yes, it's not easy. Uh, so I would say I'm kind of neutral on it. I do get nervous, but I think like Fanny said with video, a lot of times I do overthink, and I may post something instead of doing a video because a lot of times you be trying to make the video so perfect, and it's like
Right.
it takes too much time to do the editing and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
too much overthinking. So if anything we learned from tonight, we got to stop overthinking. All
Yes.
right, let's see what the people are saying. Jeremy says no, he is not comfortable. Man, y'all are doing them videos over there, Jeremy and Devion. Y'all
Yes.
are y'all are blowing up. I don't understand how y'all able to do those videos so fast and so well. See, Fanny, she says, Fanny, let the Reese's know if you need us to do your video.
Yes.
Come
Those
on, help the
Reese's will
people. The
do
Reese's, I'm telling you,
a
the
great
Reese's,
video. That
man,
Reese
y'all need to
duo is
start on y'all
yeah.
need to start y'all own production, video production coming. Seriously. Y'all doing it over there. Got the whole family involved, kids too. All right. And she says, oh no, not comfy. Not comfy. Yep, I think that's where a lot of us are. We're not comfortable with it. All right. But we just got to do it. So I think pray over it and post it is probably the best advice for the video. I think another thing I would add this, that if you are going to record a video, kind of write what you want to say, right? Maybe make some bullet points. Um, if it's not a live video, right, then I would suggest, just like we did with you, Tasha, when you did some of your real estate videos, we record like a statement at a time, right? Don't try to
Mhm.
record everything all at once because you won't remember it. So just do a statement at a time, and then of course when you get ready to edit it, you can put it all together. So that would be my advice for doing a video. Just kind of write out some bullet points and things you want to say, and say what you got to say, and then put it all together, and finished product.
Yes.
All right. Moving along. Here we go. Letting go of perfectionism. We kind of already talked about this. Letting go of perfectionism, analysis paralysis, trusting that God can use your unfinished work to bless others. So it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yep.
So I think he can bring the people.
Yes, he can.
So that's something that, of course, I know I deal with that, right? Because you want stuff perfect, and just overthinking things. Deal with it. Tasha, any thoughts on that?
Yes, the perfectionism will have me paralyzed with trying to make sure it's perfect. But yeah, so yeah, trusting that God can. It's not that. It's
Come on
kind
and
of
say
it's
it.
kind of a
Help us
gray
tonight,
area.
Tasha.
It's
Help
not
us.
that we don't trust that God will help us and
Right.
bless us. It's just this first natural thing, It it's just us being a human being. That's the first mindset. And then once you're in it, it's like it's like God is there pushing you through it, and he's there to guide you through it. But it's like that. I can imagine, like, if someone gets up to preach or something like that, it's like they're nervous at first, but then they can go ahead and start preaching or talking or whatever the case may be. I know that with you, Brian, and I know Jeremy, with you singing, I know that's you probably having to get out your comfort zone by getting up there, knowing that God is going to see you through. But the initial getting up there. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and it's
It's
like you
nerve
do
wracking.
want it to be perfect. And it's like it doesn't even have to be perfect,
No,
but
you're right.
you want it perfect.
Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be perfect. But yes,
Yes.
totally agree. Totally agree. All right. Let's see what this comment says here. She says, "Yep. Post large whiteboards in front for memory's sake." Okay, I love that. Practice makes perfect. That is
Makes
good
perfect.
advice.
It
I love
is.
that. Whiteboards. Good advice. And let's see what Miss Fanny is saying. I'm honestly getting encouraged. All right, we help. We help. I hope we help you. But I have at least 7 videos that I am so. Oh, wait a minute. You got 7 videos in your arsenal. Haven't posted it. Oh my goodness. I need you to post them. Post one after this. After this live, you post one tonight. I'm gonna go on social media and I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. But no, I definitely understand. It can be nerve wracking. It really can.
Mm-hmm.
See what Jeremy says. Yes, God help my stomach and and them nerves.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I know all about that because anytime you got to get up, it's always nerves. It's nervousness. I just pray. I pray before I get up. I always say a prayer. Just Lord, help me, give me what to say, bless me to be calm and just hey, do what I have to do. But yes, well said. Looks like she's laughing at the statements. One per night. I think she's talking about you, Fanny. One per night. You got 7 videos. It's 7 days a week.
7 days in a week.
That's 7 videos. That's every day. You got a
You're way
video out
ahead
there.
of me, Fanny.
Yeah, seriously. Way ahead of me too. It's got 7 already in your pipeline. Come on. All right. We're gonna go to her timeline after this and say, Fanny, we're looking for the videos. Just as a
Right.
reminder. All right, let's move right along. And I think this is the last one. Trusting God's direction. Trusting his direction. Maybe, we talked about this earlier this week. Maybe you came across what you feel is failure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Maybe it seems like whatever you're doing is not working, or whatever you're trying to do is not working. It looks like failure, but like we talked earlier this week, God has the master plan. But
Right.
how comfortable are we when things do maybe go awry, and maybe God does have other plans because things can work out,
Mm-hmm.
and in our favor. It may look bad, but it can work out. Tasha, what you say to
Yep.
that?
Well, I'd say that we all know that if we put all of our businesses, everything in God's hands, it's gonna work out. If it's in His will, it
Mm-hmm.
will work out.
Yes.
So, because we know that He has the master plan. So
Mm-hmm.
we can sit here and we can do everything that we think we know to do, but um, we do have to trust God's direction. Sometimes that can be a comfortable position. Sometimes it can be an uncomfortable position.
True.
But just trusting God is just like putting yourself out there to trust God, and actually that's what we have to do.
That's true. That is true. Well said, Tasha. Well said. We got to trust God, put ourselves out there. And the other thing is that I think even us doing that, we are different than those that don't believe. So it's good for us, not in a boastful way, but it's good for us to put ourselves out there because that introduces people to us. Okay, they get to
Right.
know more about us and who we are, what we are all about. And who knows, somebody can come across one of your candles, and of course, who knows, they could, come in contact with the Lord because they say, oh, I saw your candles and it inspired me. I remember I used to go to church when I was younger, and this was confirmation for me to get back in church. You just never know.
Yeah, that's true.
So yes.
I will say that I was at a market, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, a young kid came up. He might have been about 10 or 11, and he came up and he saw one of the name of my candle scents, and he said, it was the name of one of the candle scents was Selah. And
Oh
so he
yeah, that's
came
right.
up and
I
he
remember that.
saw it. He went and he ran, got his dad, and he said, "This is in the Bible. This is in Psalms. This is what they say in Psalms." So like that. And so his dad said, "Well, he brought me over here, and he likes the way that he loves the name of that candle. So I guess we have to go ahead and get it." So it's just never know,
True.
where people will come from
So
and
true.
purchase your products.
So true. You just never know. You just got to keep doing it. So keep doing
Yep.
what you're doing. You're doing a great, amazing job. Fanny says, absolutely. He says, God always calls us out of our comfort zones for a purpose. I like that. It's for others, not
Not
for us. Wow. That is an awesome statement.
yes, it is. Hmm.
I will definitely flourish. You will. We speaking that. You're going to flourish.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And she says, yes, always trust God's directions. Never go wrong. That is so true.
Never go wrong.
So true. Amen.
Amen.
Amen to that. All right. I believe that is all of our statements. Thank y'all for interacting with that. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to say, if you're watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're about to wrap this up. We have a couple more questions here for Miss Hill for us to kind of glean some more information from her. All right. So we talked about your candle names. So how do you kind of talked about this, but how do you handle like self-doubt or setbacks when they come up? Because I think
Mm.
we all deal with this, and probably one of the biggest hinders for getting started and even keep going is self-doubt.
Yep, that's true. So what I sometimes try to do, I give myself I would say about 10 to 15 minutes to with sit with the feeling, just kind of talk it out to myself.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm by myself, I'll talk it out to myself. I'll write it down, write different things down. That helps me move from I'm stuck or okay, this is what's happening. So, and once I've acknowledged it, I'll reframe in the situation. I'll instead of this means I'm not cut out for this. I try to make sure I don't think that way, think in a negative way. So I try to say, okay, let's see what can I do better. Just say, for instance, if I go to a market and I don't sell like I think I should, I say, you know what? Okay, well, maybe that didn't sell, but more of these sell. Or, but I never try to make it negative. I always try to
Mm-hmm.
think of it as positive. What can I do better? So that's how I handle self doubt or self setbacks. I have a whole lot of journals and things that I've written down
You do.
around here.
You got a
So
whole lot of journals.
I have a whole lot of journaling that I do and that I write down, and just little positive notes here and there that
Mm-hmm.
I give to myself, affirmations and things like that. But I try not to let it get me down, because of course everybody's not gonna like everything that you do,
True.
but you have to speak positivity over yourself and your
That's true.
businesses and everything.
So true. So true. Because we all get discouraged,
Mm-hmm.
and it's enough out there to make us say, "I quit," but just
Yeah.
got to keep going. Well said, Tasha. Man, you are really putting some coals on the fire tonight. The people in the comments, y'all are too. I appreciate you all being here.
Yes.
All right, let's see. And I believe this is our last question. What advice would you give someone who feels stuck in their comfort zone but wants to take the next step? Wants to take that next step. Any advice? Also, those
Mm.
in the chat, like if y'all have some advice, you can put it in the comments as well. But Tasha, what do you say to that?
Oh yeah. I would say get crystal clear on what your comfort zone is. I know a lot of my comfort zone is speaking out. That's me. And
Like
why do
public
you want
speaking, you saying?
public speaking?
Like being on
Yes, public,
video, on
like
camera.
being on video. Now, when I'm in a one-on-one session with people, I'm good. But it's the video that just I don't know, just has me a little anxious. So that's a little different. So write a list of activities that feel safe and comfortable in your business, like finishing current products, doing the same type of marketing. What those are things that that will get you out of your comfort zone. Hey, let's see, what can I change?
Mm-hmm.
What can I change over here? um and the ones you're avoiding because they feel risky or unfamiliar. So then also ask, what is the cost of staying in the comfort zone?
Ooh, that is a good question. That sounds like
Yeah.
a follow-up show that we need to have.
Oh, I don't know about that. 24
No,
hour
that's
boss.
no, that's
But
that is but that
yeah,
is a great point. That is a
yeah.
great
Are you
point.
gonna stay stagnant? Are you gonna stay where
Hmm.
you are? Because um, we have to do different things to get different results. So for my candle brand, maybe it's we keep launching the same scent profile and not reaching new customers. For my real estate brand, maybe I stay in the same kind of deals and don't expand my reach.
Hmm.
Maybe if I'm staying in the same area and not going to another area, maybe going to another area, I might get more customers or something like that. So but you have to challenge yourself
Hmm.
and reflect, go and do it all over again.
Wow. Well said. Well said. Have to challenge yourself. Get out the comfort zone, because the comfort zone it'll keep us in the same place, and we'll be comfortable. And
Yes,
we're
sir.
not growing. We're not soaring ahead. So that is great. That is great. All right, let's get to a few of these comments. Let me see what Fanny said. She says, I get approached all the time with questions and provide helpful tips and informations, and I love it. Well said.
Yes.
Well said. This is one before. She said, oh, this is when I was talking about subscribe. Thank you for being a subscriber. I appreciate it. And I think she was talking about the comfort zone here because it's familiar. Yes, because,
Yeah.
that's
It's
home.
familiar.
That's what I'm comfortable with.
Mhm.
But we got to move. And Fanny says, yes. She
Mhm.
says, evolving.
Evolving.
I like that. Yes, we evolving. We got to grow. We got to move. Got to move. Let me see. Your mom, let's see. She said, I really enjoyed everything. Appreciate you
My
being here.
mom
And mama.
is
She's
typing.
greatness.
Yes,
Yeah, I
she
know.
is.
She on YouTube.
She's on YouTube
This is
typing,
her getting out of her comfort zone.
getting out of her comfort zone.
Actually being on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you being here. And mama. Appreciate you.
Mm.
All right. Well, that's pretty much it. That's a wrap. Tasha, you done said a whole mouthful. I think you done said enough to help us all. Help us all. I think it was a good conversation though that we all need to have, and I think we can all learn and grow from here. So, got something else you want to say?
I just want to say, with LaVette Candle, I wanted to leave this verse,
Okay. Well, let's
Psalms 18 and 28.
come on with
For
that
thou
verse.
will light my candle, the Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. And that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to get out the darkness, get out our comfort zone.
So the darkness is the comfort zone.
The darkness is the comfort zone.
Darkness is the comfort zone. Well, listen, I want to say, Tasha, I appreciate you being here. I know this was a challenge for you, but look at there. We already done reached the end. And it
Yes,
wasn't
yes.
it wasn't that bad at all. We even
It
had
wasn't that.
some of our great friends and those that are
Yes,
here with us
thank
to come and help this conversation be
thank you
amazing and
all.
great as it was. So I want to say we appreciate you all being here and
We
spending
do.
your time here, liking the video, subscribing if you already subscribed. We appreciate that. But we just appreciate y'all just interacting and chatting in with this conversation because,
Yes, we
hey,
do.
it's a much needed conversation. And even coming up with the topic, I didn't really even, I thought about it, but then when I looked at it, I was like, man, I think this is perfect for Tasha because get on camera is, that's getting her out of her comfort zone. So it's working hand in hand, but not also that, but I think it helps all of us because it's something that's needed. So again, appreciate you all being here. Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Yes, thank you, Tasha, again. Thank y'all in the comments for everybody showing up. Appreciate you all. And hey, until the next video, we'll see you all in the next one. Y'all have a blessed week.